Hello everybody, my name is Shelly. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching today. I had a request to come back and do several more looks with the Boudoir Noir palette from ColourPop. So that's what we're doing today. I think I'm I did one look already. Now I can't remember exactly what it looked like. So I'm just gonna do 3 looks, and if one of them ends up looking like the other one, I apologize. I love this palette. This is one of those, it speaks to the grungy green lover in me. It also has the perfect amount of shades that I can wear for work. I tend to work in a corporate environment, so it's important for me to look polished and put together and not too overdone, which means that some days I use warm neutral eyeshadows and some days I use cool neutral eyeshadows. And this is kind of one of those palettes that it gives you a little bit of both of that. It's not a huge palette. It came out at the same time that the Ménage à Moi palette came out, since it's one of my favorites of this size, and I really enjoy it. And it's super easy. So I'll figure I'd just show you, like, we'll do a look and then end up with one look. I also have one of these Fenty Cheeks Out cream blushes. This is the purple one. This is a little viral. Never used it before. I swatched it one time. This is one that's called Drama Class, which is bright purple. So let's put a little of this purple, have a little bit of bronzer on and just some e.l.f. foundation serum. Let's just try this. I've got a little bit loaded up on a brush. It's supposed to be universally flattering, and I hear all kinds of people are like, wow, I never would have thought. And I know there's kind of like a purple blush craze going on. Why does that look okay? Actually that's really pretty. I mean, I do have bronzer on already, but not a ton. And I'm kind of you know what, you guys, if you're not new here, then you know, I tend to over abuse blush anyway, but that's actually really pretty, okay? So universally flattering, maybe. I tend to have a little neutral / olive tone sometimes to my skin. So if you're similar, maybe don't be afraid of bright purple blush, because it actually looks okay. And we're just gonna keep going with it. I don't know if it's gonna work with the eyeshadow, but we're gonna try. Let's just see. We don't know until we try, right? Okay, since I'm doing 3 looks, first thing I want to do is there's this gold shade right here in the middle. I'm ignoring this pressed glitter. I'm not using that. So you're already down 1 shade. Instead of a 12 pan, now it's an 11 pan. And I'm going to put this gold all over my lid. I did a look like this recently with a MAC eyeshadow, and I feel like there's gold in so many palettes. Remember there was a time where everybody had kind of a goldish pink shade in there? Are you guys too far away? I should probably pull you in, huh? Like a pink shade with gold reflex in it. I'm glad that they've moved away from it. I would rather have the pinky gold, frankly, than literally a gold shade in every pan, because I don't think people use it as much. I'm gonna take this kind of yellowish undertoned, it's almost like a yellowish greenish undertoned matte, and I'm taking it right at my crease to soften up that harsh edge you get from the gold foil. Now that it's deposited, soften up. I'm not somebody who usually loves yellow eyeshadow. I've done yellow eyeshadow a number of times. Taking the shimmer in here, the lightest colored shimmer. It's almost a white champagne, but I think it does lighten up that gold just a little bit. Scoopy boop. Okay, we're gonna get a little avant-garde here. I'm gonna take this blue eyeliner from Milk, kind of like just like a navy blue. I would do navy blue with gold. Sure. Yeah. It's so dark, you almost don't even notice it's blue. I'm gonna grab this brush. I wanna grab, you know what? I'm gonna take this same matte color. So much kick up. When I use it on my lower lash line, I really try to tap off as much as I can. But I wanted to use that to kind of soften up eyeliner line a little bit. Okay, let's put some mascara on. Give me 2 shakes of lamb's tail. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, there's another look. Very gold. Doesn't bother me. It's very almost like festive if you're gonna do gold. The eyeliner and the mascara makes a huge difference. I think the first look I did with this, if I'm not mistaken, was very much on the green side. So I wanna kind of avoid that a little bit here. Got a brush here. I'm gonna take this shade right here, and I'm gonna start in my crease. Now, I did not put any eye primer on for either of these. Sometimes when I really wanna see if an eyeshadow is going to work for like everyday use, I won't use an eyelid primer. If I want a particular shadow that's going to stay on for hours and hours, like 10-12 hours, I may do an eyelid primer. And if I'm really looking for super pigmented and I want very pure colors, I'll do an eyelid primer. That's such a great shade. If you're looking for a palette that it can get you through a variety of scenarios, this would be one of them. Okay, I'm gonna take the darker shade here. This one's like a satin shade. It's got a little bit of kind of sparkle on the top of it, but I think once it gets on and buffed in, it's really not so much like that. I'm gonna actually take that all the way in. Wasn't going to, but then again, I didn't really know what I was doing with this look here. I think the first look I did was much more on the smoky green side. I've been doing a lot more of this. I almost feel like it's a throwback eyeshadow where you do like, you know, dark mattes and then kind of blend into lighter mattes. I feel like it's been a while since I've done that. I have a particular formula that I use. Once you figure out what like works for your eye shade, it's almost like you can use any colors and they'll work. This is not the way I would normally do it, but this is the way we're doing it right now. I'm gonna take this, it's almost like a taupey shimmer, and we're gonna go right on the center lid. And then I'm gonna take a clean brush. We're just gonna kind of buff out the edges a little bit. Love that shade. Take the matte kind of vanilla cream color up here. Buff up. I feel like this palette is so much more gold to me. Pretty good, except for I need to go back into this kind of mid-tone right here. Bring out that outer side just a scotch. Yeah, that's like a cozy brown eye look. Okay, do I want to do eyeliner? I'm gonna throw on a little black eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. Just a little tiny bit here. I feel like when I get something pretty about it, well, I don't eyeliner. I feel that works out pretty well. Okay, let's put some mascara on. I'll be right back. Okay, there's look number 2. First one, very gold with the navy blue liner. This one a lot more warm, definitely more smoky, but I like this kind of look. It almost feels like mink or cashmere or sable or something. I just really like the look. And let's do one more look. And again, I'm trying to stay away from that green because that's, you know, the one that I'm drawn to most. But let's take this off and we'll come back with a 3rd/4th and final look. Be right back. We're back. And yes, I do have a lot of darkness under my eyes, but we'll fix that. Actually, you know what I might do? I'm going to take this vanilla shade and we're going to go all over the lid just to kind of set down any moisture that popped up with that moisturizer that I put on my eyelids. One of the bad things about doing multiple eye looks when you're a lady of a certain age with mature eyelids, it breaks havoc on set eyelids. And while this is a little bit more of a yellow vanilla, what is the shade name? It's got white lettering on a gold foil background. Almost impossible for me to read. We're gonna go a little bit darker and take the next darker matte down, and that's gonna be kind of my transition shade. I love this shade, all of the lid, for a super simple out the door look. It's just kind of a go-to standard. Now I'm gonna go into, you know what? I want to take this shimmer right here. It's like the darker of the two kind of taupe shimmers. ColourPop shimmers always feel so good on the skin. I have a little bit of transfer right now. I think a lot of that is because putting this on top of powder. Yeah, ColourPop shimmers, they feel very creamy. They just have a good quality, good consistency to them. This one is traveling though, and again, I think it's because I put it with that powder. I'm gonna take this darker shade here, which I think it tends to lean a little green, but I'm not doing a green look right now. I just want to buff this into my lash line a little bit. This one might be better with a firm brush. Going into the darker of the browns, matte browns, and I'm going just above it. Me and my smoky eyeshadows, huh? This one feels like it got a little patchy on this side. Now that we're mostly cleaned up underneath, I've got a bronze kind of eyeliner, a little bit of drama here. Not a 10, just a little. I've got a little firm angle brush, which is probably what I should have done in the last look. And I want to go into this mid-tone brown again, and I just want to kind of soften up. Not as harsh when you soften it up. Getting closer. I'm going to take this lighter of the two kind of shimmery taupes. It's down here at the bottom, and I'm going to put a little bit right in the center. I think we're going to use the champagne-y color. This one just a little touch. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. I need to touch up the blush a little bit, don't I? Perfectly appropriate, like almost daytime look. Maybe it's a little dramatic, a little smokier than it needs to be. Blush, since I had the rest of the makeup on. Camera seems to be washing me out a little bit, but not too bad. Color adjusted a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna put this purple on my lips as well. Not sure I love it. All right, you guys. So there is three more looks using the Boudoir Noir palette. I'll tell you what, I use this palette largely as like an everyday palette, which is weird because it does have this glitter right in the middle here, and it's multifaceted. And if you like glitter, it's a very pretty glitter with golds and greens and pinks and white flecks in it. And okay, great. I ought to just dig it out because Now I'm gonna have it everywhere on me. I just can't keep my fingers out of it. Look, trying to clean it off, now it's just spread. I love this palette. This to me is a no-brainer palette. This is one of those palettes that I can use for work, and I can go slightly cooler, slightly warmer, slightly cooler, cooler, warmer, gold, you know. You've got a really good transition shade that seems to work both cool and warm. A couple dark shades that really work to kind of smoke out the eye, give your eye some dimension. And I think these other shades in here, I didn't use this green today because I used it last time. I remember that much. I've liked all the looks I've come up with this palette. It's just very easy. It's very no fuss. I don't know if you enjoyed this or not, but I can tell you I use this palette quite a bit. And I do really like it. And if you happen to see it or it's on sale and you were curious about it, it feels to me like one that you can get a lot of use out of. Now, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I paid for this with my own money. I'm not sponsored, affiliated, or anything like that. And I don't know that I love this lipstick. I don't know that I love the purple on my lips. I don't know why I went with that direction here. The lips look a little bit better now. That's it as far as this palette. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know where I was going with it. I was just trying to do a couple more looks. If I do a work look, I'll maybe do more on the matte side. If I'm gonna do something just kind of for me, not working, not gonna be on camera, not gonna be traveling for work, maybe run some errands, that type of thing, I'll usually do one of those shimmers all over my lid and then a matte kind of in the crease, buffed out, and that's it. This is not a super sophisticated palette, in my opinion. Now, could you go a little crazy? Sure, you could probably use every single shade in here and come up with an eye look, and I'm sure it would be just lovely. But you don't need to. It's not that hard. Don't make it that hard. Just make it. Wash this off. Anyway, I hope you guys are I hope you guys are doing really well and staying healthy and happy and warm. And leave me a comment down below if you would, please. Tell me, did you get this palette? Is this kind of content that you're interested in? Are you tired of the 3 looks 1 palette? Because I've got a whole boatload of palettes to do 3 looks with. If there's something you're interested in, let me know. Feel free to follow me over on Instagram at Shelly Tsunami, and until my next video, bye for now.